what's up, y'all? It's Dia about to react to this vid by Antonio Speaks. It's titled Black Americans versus the World. Oop. You know, I've been very vocal about this. Well, I kept it general in saying that it's Americans versus the world. You know, the more I travel, the more I recognize that, and people just don't deal with Americans. They're obsessed with us. They like watching us and keeping up with our media, and they like to copy us because I've also said this, but there are traces of Americans all over the world, Black Americans specifically, if I'm being honest. There are traces of us everywhere. I was in Iceland seeing traces of us on an island in the middle of the water. I'm like, what? Like, you know, so it's very interesting that we are so influential, but they hate us at the same time. Americans, Black Americans. He's getting very specific with Black Americans, but yeah. Let's hear what he has to say. Let's watch.
Black Americans versus the world. That's what it seemed like. Recently, New York City elected his new mayor, Rahm Emanuel. Now, he seems like a cool dude. He kind of reminds me of Barack Obama. A lot of billionaires are against him, high-ranking elite people, so that's always a good thing. But during his winning speech, he said something kind of alarming.
New York will remain a city of immigrants, a city built by immigrants, powered by immigrants, and as of tonight, led by an immigrant.
Now, although he was just referring to New York, my point is going to still stand. Black Americans are never given the proper credit. We all know who really took a hand in building this country. Now, I will say maybe he didn't mean this with malice intent, or it maybe slipped his mind. This is why I feel the way I do about politics. I don't think either side have the best interest of Black people. Now, today we're going to talk about how Black people, Black Americans in specific, seem to be the most hated worldwide. Now, for one, this is not a Diaspora video. I am a proud African American. Emphasis on the African, okay? I will say this though. I do understand a lot of the arguments. Many African Americans want to just stand alone. The same way that Jamaicans do, or Haitians, we just want to be Black Americans. Now, the Black American experience is very unique. The rights that our people have fought for and are continuing to fight for literally benefit everyone. Let's take DEI, for example. The biggest beneficiary to that is white women. Crazy, right? And to bring back up immigrants, the reason that most of them are able to get into America is because of Black Americans. So it's just a huge slap in the face that most of these communities are anti-Black.
You know, Black Americans are the only group that fights back against white supremacy. No other group fights back against white supremacy. Every other group tries to like thread the line and like not say too much. You go through Vivek Ramaswamy's comment section and it's just white people telling him to go back to India, that they don't want him here, calling him a G. You go through FBI Director Kash Patel's comment section on Twitter and it's them doing the same thing, telling him to go back to India, he shouldn't be here, he shouldn't have the job, he's DEI. You know, we're the only, even like the Indians don't fight back, the Hispanics don't fight back, the Asians don't fight back.
Y'all can tell me if it's just me, but I've just been feeling like this entire year I've been finding out that literally everybody hates Black Americans, even Black people all around the world. And no shade, that's probably why our ancestors said all skin folk ain't kin folk. But at the same time, I feel like the way that people feel about us is the way they should actually feel about white people, because we didn't do anything to you.
To start off this video, take a look at this screenshot. Why are the Latino numbers so high for Trump? Now, my personal experience with Latinos and Hispanics has been very chill for the most part. I live down south in South Carolina, so I don't experience Hispanics as often, so my experiences may be different from someone living in Texas or California.
Can we just discuss the hidden animosity the Latino community has with the Black people, bro? Because to be completely honest, man, you would think that being minorities would band us together. But the essays down in San Diego still acting like the Jim Crow laws are still in effect. I'm like, chill.
These Houston Mexicans are racist. The Houston Latino people are racist. I'm telling you, listen, I've been dealing with them for over 12, 13 years.
Yeah, I'm in LA and it's a mix. You know, some of them are cool as hell. And even my brother, Mexican and Black, okay? My daddy Black, and he, after him and my mom divorced, he had a baby with this Mexican girl, okay? So some Mexicans fuck with heavy, all right? Some of them are super cool, but you know, there are some Mexicans here who are hella racist. And it's interesting because it's like, you would think that some of them would have the mentality that they want to kind of, you know, side with Black people, other people of color, you know, and unite against the true oppressor, who are looking at all of us like, all people of color, like y'all are scum of earth. So you would think that some people of color would adopt that mentality, like, oh, we're in this together as people of color. But unfortunately, some of them internalize that racism and they project that towards Black people. It's really sad to see when it's like, bro, you trying to look down on us when it comes to these racist white people. They look at you the same. So you making it seem like, oh, y'all beneath us. You think that?
You feel what I'm saying? These
but obviously, it's a mix. It's like not everybody's like that.
folks are racist, bro.
Let me tell you, here in Texas, the amount of racism I've ever even come close to experiencing for Mexicans. When I was a dancer, when I was a stripper, the way that the clubs were so racist. There was a time I went to a club out.
And let's be clear too, when I say that, I'm speaking of what I've heard like other people say and you know what their experiences were. I've never personally experienced that living in California all my life. And also, I guess the closest thing I've experienced that made me uncomfortable is hearing some Mexicans say, you know, nigga, and being like, you know, I don't like that. But I've never experienced like blatant racism from Mexicans in California or when I spent those 2 years living in Texas. But I never try to make it seem like, oh, it's not happening because it doesn't happen to me. Like, I actually listen to other people's experience. And when I keep hearing things over and over again, I'm like, oh, okay, I know this is prevalent. I'm not going to say it's most of them, obviously, but it's like, okay, this is a thing.
Texas, and the club told me that, oh, they don't hire girls like me. This is a club full of a bunch of, I would say, illegals. And they said, oh, we don't take girls like us. We should go down to the club down the street, the black club. Ooh. Karma is beautiful. Karma is beautiful. And you know what's funny? I went by that club a couple days ago. It's empty. It's empty. Even though the racism applied to me, I still voted against all the shit. I voted against it. And guess what they did? Voted to hurt me.
Coming from a Hispanic, you know, Puerto Rican, Dominican, or whatever, right? Hispanic people, they racist as fuck, bro. In my family, I'm the only one that got this texture hair. Like, I remember as a kid, like, I love my uncle, but he crazy. But I remember my uncle as a kid telling me, oh, like, you got that peasy hair and shit like that. Because everybody in my family got that slick shit, that, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm always thinking, I'm like, all right, my hair peasy, my hair bad. And that's until I met my wife. And she told me about, you know, hair textures. Now I'll be going down memory lane and shit. I'm like, damn. My family really used to be racist as shit.
This isn't surprising to me. The whole entire world is anti-black. And this is because of colorism. Mexico was colonized by white Spaniards. And the closer you were to whiteness, the better. So, I mean, I get it.
A lot of people don't understand when I say that Mexicans are culturally racist. Part of our culture is to frown upon dark-skinned people. It's been passed down to us by the Spaniards, by our colonizers, by the people that conquered us, taught us that dark skin is inferior, light skin is superior.
Now, the next minority I want to discuss is the Asian American community. I already did a video on my second channel talking about the pick-me Asian epidemic because a lot of them, they love that white validation of white gaze. But we do got to talk about the very much anti-blackness within the Asian community.
Why don't you like us black people? Non-American Asians always gave me the cold shoulder. American Asians were cool and I often hang out with them. Are they just not used to us?
Partially.
Sad to say, but I know that there's anti-blackness very much so in a lot of Asian American communities. And obviously, unfortunately, anti-blackness is global.
Absolutely.
And I think like
it's a very long historical answer.
Yeah.
Some of it has to do with not being used to it. Okay, so colonization happened throughout the whole world when white colonizers took over Asia, Africa, all the other continents. And with that came the belief of anti-blackness that was instilled upon all of these communities. Now, once those colonizations ended, you were left with this homogenized community where they don't know anyone who don't look like they're all white, all Asian, all South Asian, whatever it may be. And then all of a sudden you fast forward to having technology and Western media, because again, controlled by whiteness, is pushing out this message of that black communities are gangsters, do this, they do that. And then that media gets pushed out into the world in the form of movies and TV shows. And now you take this homogenized community who has learned anti-blackness through colonization and stuff like that, on top of the fact that it's then mixed with people who are learning about these races for the first time through fictionalized television that is controlled by white media. And then you have this biased look. So when they meet black people for the first time, they're having to reconcile what they have been essentially brainwashed into thinking versus then trying to figure out what that means when they meet you and they're like, but you're not any of these things.
This claim, unsupported by facts, is the result of a well-funded misinformation campaign scapegoating black people for anti-Asian violence. The president, who spread anti-Asian rhetoric that led to the increase in anti-Asian violence, not black. Robert Aaron Long, not black. The guy in New York City who attacked 7 Asian American women in one afternoon, not black. We are done listening to oppressors tell lies about the people whom they oppress. And while Asian Americans did experience the greatest percent increase in hate crimes, do you know who experienced the greatest increase in incidents of hate crime during that same period of time? Black people.
The anime community can be pretty racist, and that's not just coming from like black cosplayers getting caught.
I hear this about K-pop as well, and you know, shout out to y'all black people who are into K-pop and anime because if you're active in the communities, I don't know how y'all tough it out, because I could fucking never. Like, being a part of a community and like enjoying said thing that has nothing to do with my race, but experiencing racism just because I want to be a part of it is crazy. Like, this is also a very common thing when Black women cosplay. Oh, that's what she about to talk about. You know, I've seen like them trying to cosplay and people shit on them so bad. Like, why are you trying to cosplay? Ew, you Black. It's crazy. And I think even one girl offed herself recently. I feel like I saw a headline recently about that.
And it's like, oh, this character isn't Black. But even within the representations of Black or darker skinned people in anime, for example, this, whatever the fuck this is, this, the list goes on.
There was recently an incident that happened on TikTok where an Asian woman, actually she was mixed with white, so she was a mixed Asian woman, and she was discussing how whenever she goes to, you know, the Asian grocery store, she side-eyes the white people.
I really am a nice person, but I can't stop myself from giving snark to the white people at Asian grocery stores. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry, I can't stop doing it. Like, I just... side-eye every time I see you there. What are you doing here?
As a young Black man, I understood her. It's the same.
No, I think that's weird as hell. Niggas can't go there and get groceries. Sometimes you make certain recipes and they have specific ingredients that are easily found at the Asian grocery store. So you go there to get that. Like, and they're supporting their business. So what are you talking about? Why are you here? That's so ignorant.
Sentiment that I say all the time. It's ghetto or it's cool until a white person does it. With us, you know, our rap music is always demonized. The way we dress is demonized. But then when they do it, it's trendy, it's cool. This is the same way a lot of Asians feel. Throughout history, they always made fun of them, saying, oh, they're eating cats and dogs, they're doing this and that. Now you want to go shop at their stores and eat like them.
Oh, fuck out of here. No, I don't agree with that. I think that's so idiotic, and that's... that there's so much other shit that's problematic and actually racist for you to bitch about, and this is the battle you choose. It's like, I don't agree with that at all. That's so stupid.
Okay, I understand your pain, but like expected, y'all, some of the biggest...
That's pain? Fuck out of here. Like, I don't agree with her at all.
Asian creators on TikTok came out and defended they white people.
I just saw this hideous video by this Asian American content creator who basically confessed that she side eyes and judges any non-Asian patrons when she goes to whatever version of Asian grocery store she visits. I find this content to be so freaking tone deaf and disgusting.
I can't tell if you were just joking, but you should take this down immediately. The thing is, we all are foreigners in other people's spaces too, which means that we all have experienced feeling like a fish out of water.
Now, like I stated, I'm not Asian, and I feel where she was coming from. You know, seeing those other creative videos kind of enraged me. I'm like, bro, stop tap dancing for them folks.
I stand with the H-Mart girl. I stand with side-eyeing white people who come into Asian spaces after spending decades, i.e. my entire childhood, watching them make fun of my food. Some of the big Asian creators who are like...
That wasn't them specifically, though. Y'all are so stupid, and that is something you need to take up with your therapist. Like, that's because you are traumatized by what you experienced as a child. These are not the same people. You do understand that, right? That's a very stupid example to bring up. Like, well, oh, now y'all want to be in here when y'all made fun of me as a kid. These are not the same people, obviously. Like, you sound slow. Let niggas shop there. They're helping the store stay in business. Are you slow? Do you want to shop there at all? They're helping give money to the business, and you have a problem with them there. As long as they're not being disrespectful or weird, like, I don't understand the problem in them shopping there. That's so stupid. I don't agree.
Piling onto that girl, they be married to white men. They got that white man by making themselves small, bringing him to dim sum, bringing him to the community center, bringing him to Chinese school.
I kind of roll my eyes even more at these creators because one of them has a white husband, the other one mostly dates white people, and the third one's unknown. So already, right off the bat, I'm like, okay, I don't know if you can speak on this issue because you are already a little bit biased, and I'm sure you want your husband's age. 5 minutes of being stared at in a grocery store, it will never be oppressive to white people. I think that's the nuance that all these creators are missing. I don't know why they're acting in arms like this is the most oppressive thing that we as people of color could possibly do to white people in a grocery store. And to say that we have
It's not about that, though. It's just a very goofy battle to pick when there are way more important things that we can discuss when it comes to a topic as serious as racism and race. Like, what? It's like, I have a problem with you being here.
Be super accepting. I'm not saying that white people can't shop at H-Mart. I'm just saying we don't need to celebrate that they are willing to shop at H-Mart.
Who said anything about celebrating, though? I don't understand that. Whatever.
We don't need to celebrate that they're open-minded and want to try a new culture. They can just do that and exist, and we don't need to give them validation because that is the lowest bar
Now this is going into a different conversation.
Once all these minorities realize, bro, that no matter how much you grind, no matter how much you tap dance, no matter how much you bootleg, they'll never see you in the same light as them. Let's take example for our next community we're going to discuss, the Indian community or Southeast Asians. Now, Indians living in America, dog, statistically, they are great. They make the most money, have the lowest crime rate, yet still in 2025, they face a lot of racism.
Indian racism has actually gone too far. And what if I told you it was coming from little kids in elementary schools? If you guys didn't know, I worked as a part-time coding teacher where I would go to different schools, host after-school programs, and teach kids how to code. Pretty sure the students assumed I was white or Mexican because they would always talk to me in Spanish and I would not understand it. I ended up telling them that I was Indian and I was actually born in India. Their first reaction was being surprised and they said, no way. Their second reaction was going on their laptop, searching up the Indian street food and showing it to me and asking me, is this the food in your country? Mister, did you eat this when you were in India? Their third reaction was going on the internet and playing that fucking, you know the song I'm talking about, right? And for the rest of the class, I lost their focus. I couldn't get them back together because they were just messing around. Even after calling the coordinator, they kept messing around and, you know, doing the same shit over and over.
I got hate crimed and physically assaulted last night for being Indian, and I want to talk about it. I went to dinner with my friends last night. At the table sitting next to us were two couples that were absolutely wasted. When their food was delivered to them by the waiter, one of the girls knocked the food out of the waiter's hands, and words were being thrown around, which was crazy because there was not a single black person in sight. She then starts yelling at me, saying racist things about me being Indian, calling me the N-word. She walks up to me, punches me in the head twice, and then takes me by the hair, starts pulling my hair out of my scalp, holding me down. Every example of any person that looks like me fighting back flooded my brain, and I was genuinely too afraid.
Yo, recording me?
No, I'm on live stream.
Don't record me, black people.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Right next to black people, Indians get the worst racism in my opinion. Most Indians have darker skin. I've seen Indians the same color as me or like even darker than me. So because anti-blackness is so global and colorism is global, the racism towards Indians is rampant. Now with this being the case, I feel like Indians and black people should be closer or tight-knit, but that's not the case.
So whether this is within the country of India or whether this is...
But they discriminate against their own. So it's like, I wouldn't be surprised that they discriminate against us. They don't like darker skinned Indians, so why would they like darker skinned black people or black people in general?
Indian people immigrate to any part of the world, whether it be on the African continent, in North America, South America, wherever. And again, I'm not saying every single Indian person, but I'm talking about Indian people generally. Our society, our culture, the belief systems that Indian people hold, etc. Indian people are extremely, extremely racist, especially towards black people.
So what's your name? Can I see your ID or something? I mean, you can call the police, or I can call the police. Can I see your ID? Yeah. Let me see your ID. Yeah. Can you start your ID and I'll take out my ID? Let me check out your ID and let me check out my ID. Okay, let's, can you get my phone? What the hell? No, let's call the police. Give me your phone, let's call the police. I'm in my own neighborhood where I live at, working in my neighborhood by my house, and I have this man asking me, do I live here? Yes. And what's your name? Dude, I'm going to start a civil lawsuit right now. That's what I'm going to do. Absolutely. You got to do it, man. But I want... What's your name, man? Because I'm walking in the neighborhood where I live at, and I'm getting harassed. No, wait.
I wouldn't even talk to him. I would walk away.
Yes. Bring my phone. I don't have my phone. Get my phone. Come with me and get the phone. I will. Get my phone. Because this guy will escape otherwise. Get your phone.
This guy will escape?
Yes.
Escape where? What is he doing?
You see this man right here?
Other than existing.
This back here steady walking up on me like this. Y'all see this? Yep. I know that this is not your house. This is not my house. I live in the neighborhood. You know, guys, listen, you don't live in this neighborhood. You don't know where I live at, sir. You can't not tell me where I live at. I'm not going to pull out my ID and show you where I live at. I know you live right here, and I live in this neighborhood. You have a blessed day, sir. No, you have a blessed day, sir.
But I won't that way you got, bitch. You got me up next to me. Going into the party, asking if you good. You been starting me, your fake ass eyelash. I don't get out of my face.
Wait, the fact that she has a black skin is mind blowing.
If you good. You been starting me, your fake ass eyelash. I don't get out of my face.
Also, as of recently, Twitter had a new update. You can now see the country that these Twitter accounts are from. And guess what? Some of the biggest /white supremacy pages were from non-white people.
Abby is freaking out right now because Twitter, which prefers to identify as X, released this new feature in which you could actually see the country of origin of an account. And it's now being revealed that a lot of these MAGA accounts out there with hundreds of thousands of followers that have a big influence online are actually based in other countries. The way my jaw stayed in place. So I could literally go through like 1,000 of these accounts, but I'll show you just a few. Like this account, America First Verify.
I think they're getting paid, some of them, to be honest. This reminds me of this episode of Homeland. If you know, you know. I feel like this is all This is all a scheme that Todd set up, okay?
Well, this account is based in Bangladesh. How about America Man, based in Indonesia? What about Maga Nadine over here? Oh, it's probably some dude based in Morocco. Okay, Mary Tiles, Texas, you sure post a lot of pro-MAGA stuff online. Oh, wait, you're from Russia? Interesting. Like I said, I could keep going and going. Nigeria, this is a major account that always gets Elon Musk's attention. This is based in India. This Ivanka Trump fan account based in Nigeria. This big MAGA account is based in Papua New Guinea. This one's from Serbia. Ultra MAGA Trump 2028, Nigeria. Dark MAGA Coin, Thailand. The MAGA Beacon, South Asia. MAGA Nation, Eastern Europe.
How can you see
Aaron Trump
this?
News, Eastern Europe.
Like, these pages are really part of the propaganda of why a lot of people feel the way they feel about black people. And with me seeing these accounts from Nigeria, it's like, damn, even other black people hate on black Americans.
No one, and I mean no one does anti-blackness better than a black immigrant or like a black person from the Caribbean or a black person from Africa or wherever else in the world that doesn't like African Americans. No one. And it's not even funny anymore. I'm legit concerned because they be the greatest coons. Like, they'll say the most out-of-pocket, outlandish stereotypes or negative thing about African Americans, and I have to think to myself, where did this come from? Who told you this information? How do you know this? And it's even crazy because sometimes you'll find people that haven't even been to America, has never encountered an African American in their lives saying these things. And it's crazy because the way they talk about African Americans, you think African Americans are the furthest demographic from them, right? Put a black immigrant that can't stand African Americans on the phone, and you'll be talking to a nationalist. Oh, they're lazy. Oh, they're thieves. This is what they do. They're criminals. This is what white people say about you.
I feel like it's the media's fault. The way they portray Africa, you know what I'm saying, in teepees and huts, that's how we see Africans. And then the way they see black Americans is violence, gangs. So it's already a disconnect.
African immigrants do not view racism the same way as black Americans because we were looking at it from two completely different perspectives. Africans grew up in majority black nations, black culture, black leadership, and black everything being the norm on a day-to-day basis. It's not the core part of their identity because everyone is majority black when they look around. Black is the default. Off-rip, they are not looking at things through a racial lens. But black people in America look at everything through a racial lens because we are the minority in a country that was built off of our oppression. The entire system was designed not only to exclude us, but to capitalize off of that exclusion. So systemic oppression is the struggle that black Americans are dealing with on the home front. Struggles that people are dealing with in Africa are due to a failing or underdeveloped system. Poverty, corruption, lack of opportunity, economic instability, which is really the legacy of colonialism and neocolonialism. So in their minds, they see America as having a functioning system. They see America as full of opportunity compared to back in Africa. So they come here and they focus on individual advancement, where black Americans see the system as being historically and currently rigged against us. We are not immigrants. We are people from whom system was explicitly built to oppose.
That's it for this video.
Facts on facts. This is really sad to see. There's just no unity in America. And even aside from this, okay? I also want to point out the coonery that a lot of Americans participate in, regardless of race. Y'all are coons online complaining about how much you hate America. This is the worst country ever. Oh my God, it's so ghetto here. It's so terrible. You go into other countries and be like, oh, America can never. You're not helping, idiot. Especially if you're a black American doing that. You're really a double coon, okay? The world already don't fuck with you because you black, but you're helping perpetuate this message that, oh, everything is terrible about America. So now they're not gonna fuck with you because you American as well. So you're making it harder for yourself and everybody else in the world. So now when people come across you, it's like, oh, you black, don't fuck with that. And you American, don't fuck with that either. So that's a whole nother conversation, but that also pisses me off and I see it all the time. Even amongst my own friends and family, and I just be like, oh my God, Jesus. And obviously America has its issues, but so does the rest of the world. The rest of the world, they have so many problems in their countries as well, but you don't see them cooning hard online and being like, oh my God, I hate France. I hate it here. It's the worst place ever. I hate this. I hate that. You don't see nobody doing that but Americans. That's also an issue. But anyway, interesting vid. I agree with a lot that was said. Sad world we live in. Y'all let me know what y'all think and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.